One thing that I love about the Yu-Gi-Oh strategy is that we don't have to deal with a rotating format. Every single card that has ever been printed since 2002 is available to us right now. I can't play my Blastoise Keldeo deck in Pokemon. I won't be able to stomp on noobs with goats in Overwatch. But in Yu-Gi-Oh, as long as the card doesn't exist on the forbidden list, you can use it. And that's what happens when sets give some of your older decks, your legacy deck support. You get some really cool concepts that could break the meta. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking a Lightsworn deck profile using some of the cards of old and some of the cards of new to show you how powerful they can be in this format. Lightsworn is a combination of explosiveness, but also a board-breaking deck that can make monsters like Borreload Savage Dragon, Herald of Arclight, Hope Harbinger, a Nightmare Unicorn, and preventing your opponent from all of the spells in the world through Imperial Order. That is a lot to compartmentalize. But the thing that I love about Lightsworn is that it never lost its legacy feel. Sending cards from the deck to the graveyard never felt more natural. And even though we play less Lightsworns than the original Lightsworn builds, this Chaos Lightsworn build still feels like we're playing Blackluster Soldier and Chaos Sorcerer in the main board. The monsters start off with Judgment Dragon. We only run one copy of this card. This is a card that you don't want to see in your opening games, but in your later games, 1,000 life points to blow up the entire board is pretty much free. What kind of Lightsworn deck would we be if we didn't take advantage of its most powerful monster? Next is 2 copies of Chaos Dragon Levianeer. This card is phenomenal in the strategy. You typically want to get its light effect, being able to banish 3 light monsters to special summon a monster from your graveyard to your side of the field. There's even a combo where you can special summon Archlord Christia to your side of the field to prevent your opponent from special summoning. Next is 2 copies of the Chaos Creator. If Toon Chaos had a hierarchy of the best cards in Toon Chaos, the Chaos Creator is #1, if not #2. This card is completely phenomenal because it can special summon banished monsters to your side of the field. But one thing I want to point out is that you can target monsters that aren't able to be special summoned. As long as one of your targets can be special summoned, you can place those to the bottom of your deck. The next thing is that it does shuffle monsters that are banished to the bottom of your deck, which allows you to recycle cards, which is completely phenomenal. And the third most important thing is that you can target your opponent's banished cards. If you want to disrupt your opponent's banished pile and set up yourself, Chaos Creator could be that card that you want to play. I seriously think it's one of the best cards in the set. Next and lastly is 1 copy of Archlord Christia. That's going to sum up our boss monsters for the strategy. Archlord Christia does prevent our opponent from special summoning, and we can summon it through conventional means, but the Chaos Creator and Chaos Dragon Levianeer has our back. That is it for the boss monsters. Moving on to the Lightsworns, I run 3 copies of Raiden. Easily, hands down, the best Lightsworn monster in the entire deck because it allows you to send cards from your deck to your graveyard, and it's a tuner light warrior monster with Lightsworn in its name. Next, the third best card we run 3 copies of is Wolf Lightsworn. Normally, Raiden and Lightsworn are 1 and 2, but Wolf isn't the second best Lightsworn in this particular strategy, though it is really good as it can serve as an extender. It's still a brick in hand. The second best Lightsworn monster is actually Minerva Lightsworn Maiden. Now, Minerva Lightsworn Maiden is really good because if you can normal summon it to your side of the field to search a white dragon Calypsurfin from your deck to your hand, provided that you have the Lightsworns, but that's not the real reason. The real reason is that it is a spellcaster level 3 tuner monster, which can get us easy access to access code Tulker. Next is 1 copy of Lumina. This card is a godsend for the strategy because Lumina in hand with Raiden in graveyard is Huckler Fibrix with 2 cards to mill, and if you have an additional light extender, you can go so much further. 1 copy of Twilight Sworn Enchantress. Now, I wanted to swag on you guys and run the ultimate rare copy of Lila, but unfortunately that just wasn't in the plans. She serves multiple purposes because she can get rid of endless trap cards that are acting as monsters, but also she is a dark monster, something that this deck does lack. But fortunately for us, the only monsters in this deck that needs to be able to banish dark monsters is the Chaos Creator, so we're pretty much good in that department. And then lastly, to wrap it up, is one copy of Lumina Lightsworn Shaman. This card is also amazing because it's so easy to get banished Lightsworn monsters now as opposed to before, which basically means she can summon Lightsworn monsters for free to your side of the field. An excellent extender. That's it for the Lightsworn monsters. The really awkward card that I play is the one copy of Perform H Trick Clown. Not necessarily a Lightsworn monster, but not some of our cannot be special summon type chaosy cards. It's just a really good extender. Moving forward, we run two copies of Diana, the Light Spirit. This card is freaking phenomenal. I run this over Photon Thrasher because sometimes you do want to have a banished light monster like Lightsworn monster or an Arclore Christia for Chaos Creator to summon. And also, it is a light monster with a different type, so it gets you closer to Curious. Next is two copies of Chaos Valkyria. This card, you can argue that I should play 3 of, and I will argue that I do not have 3 copies. But seriously, this card is phenomenal. I'll show you guys a quick combo with this and Chaos Dragon Levianeer, which can get you an Arclore Christia to your side of the field, so you can't really complain. Next is one copy of White Dragon, one copy of Black Dragon, and that's gonna sum up our Chaos cards inside of this deck. Just additional extenders allowing us to banish certain cards so we can manipulate with Chaos Creator or Chaos Dragon Levianeer, or even Chaos Space. Next, we do run the Hakla Fibrix engine, so I run 2 Jet and 2 O-Lion. There is a combo piece where if you have enough extenders, you'll go through both O-Lions in a particular turn, so you have to be wary of that. And then Jet Synchron is also just a starter card. It's literally just a starter card, but it also has its other uses, as being able to get certain cards from the hand to the graveyard could come up. But that's it for the monsters. The spell cards are just extensions of the monster cards, but I have to talk just a little bit about Chaos Space. It is a godsend, probably the best card in the 2 Chaos set, because it does allow you to shuffle cards like the Creator back into your deck, monsters like Judgment Dragon when you do miss off on your mills, and it also allows you to search those same cards too. So Chaos Space is definitely one of the MVPs of the deck and ties everything together so well. Next is 3 copies of Solar Recharge and 3 Charge of Light Brigade. We learned enough Lightsworn monsters to justify this. 1 copy of Roto, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Monster Reborn, and our Surgible Imperial Order. I'll show you guys in the combo tutorial how this deck can pop off with some serious plays. But that is it for the spells at 13? I believe that puts us at 41 cards. I guess you could drop the Reinforcement of the Army as it's not that important, but I really didn't drop it. Moving towards the extra deck, the monster that you don't summon as much as I would want to, but Minerva is still a beast. It can draw cards and destroy cards. 1 copy of Hope Harbinger, 1 copy of Abyss Dweller, 1 copy of Arclight, 1 Martial Metal Marcher, 1 Borreload Savage Dragon, 1 Axis Code Talker, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Selene, 1 Curious, 1 Auroradon, 1 Barricade Blurbalker, 1 Krishpan Hulk, 1 Link Cross, and 1 Link Karibo. So I know what you guys are probably thinking. I kind of breezed through the extra deck without explaining things because these cards can be explained in our combo tutorial. So let's just get to it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I can't necessarily show you a combo sequence because of how fluid the Lightsworn strategy is, but what I can show you is a pseudo test hand that lets you know how potent the strategy can be. And this pseudo test hand, I'm going to have Raiden, Solar Recharge, and Charge of the Light Brigade, but it can be done in so many different ways with this particular strategy. If I get Jet Synchron into the graveyard throughout this strategy, the strategy just gets even better. Like, it gets explosive as all hell. So I'm going to add 2 more cards to the hand and then continue on. Hopefully we get some extenders and potentially either Jet Synchron or a Pure Order into our hand or graveyard throughout this combo, and we'll be even better. So I'm going to draw into a Chaos Space and a Reinforcement of the Army that is pretty decent, and we're going to go ahead and start off with the Reinforcement of the Army. That will add from my deck to my hand. Where is that card? I have to add the Raiden. Even though I already have Raiden in my hand, adding another copy of Raiden will not hurt anyone I'll actually be able to Chaos Space the other Raiden. So sorry about that, guys. My camera died, but actually we are going to finish up. I'm still shuffling just to show you guys that this is legit. And we are going to hope and to draw into something really nice, as I'm going to start off with Charge of the Light Brigade. We're going to send a Chaos Creator, a Chaos Dragon Levianeer, and a Lumina Lightsworn Shaman to be able to add from our decks to our hand that Lumina, where are you? Regular Lumina, the Lightsworn Summoner from our decks to our hand. And now we're going to follow up with the effect of Solar Recharge. Again, if we can get that Jet Synchron into the graveyard, we would be more than okay. That's going to be my main focus, or an Imperial Order. I'm going to Solar Recharge my Raiden. I'm going to draw a Chaos Creator and Judgment Dragon. I'm going to mill Solar Recharge and 8 Chaos Space. So unfortunately, nothing so far, but I'm not going to let that stop us. I'm going to normal summon Lumina Lightsworn Summoner, and I'm going to go ahead and send Raiden from my hand to the graveyard. Probably don't even need to send the Raiden, but we're going to send the Raiden to be able to special summon Raiden to our side of the field. Use Raiden's effect to be able to send Minerva, Trick Clown, then Minerva's effect would activate to send a Monster Reborn. So we're going to go ahead and get the Trick Clown to our side of the field, and then use Trick Clown in the Raiden for a Link Summon. And to our Crystron Hulk. Crystron Hulk will be able to special summon to our side of the field. Where is that card? Here are my Jet Synchrons. Let me keep them a little apart so maybe I can get them to my side of the field. We are going to special summon Mecha Phantom Beast Olion. And now we're going to use our Crystron Hulk for a Link into our Link Cross. We'll special summon 2 tokens to our side of the field. Then I'll synchro with my token and my Olion. It's actually important, I think these two go like this. My apologies. But I'm going to synchro with that. I'm going to make my Martial Metal Marcher. Then I'm going to trigger the effect of my Olion and my Marcher. I'm going to special summon Raiden to my side of the field in defense position. And I'm also going to be able to special summon a token that is level 3. This one can be used for a synchro summon. Now, since I have 3 light monsters with different levels, or different attribute types, 3 light monsters with different types, I can link all of these bad puppies off into Curious Lightsworn Dominion. And then with Curious, I'll send Imperial Order from my deck to my graveyard. I believe this is the last time for me to be able to send a Jet Synchron from my hand to my graveyard. And no worries, guys, if we don't send Jet Synchron, I'll show you guys what it will look like if we can get Jet Synchron from our decks into the graveyard. So we are going to send 3. Sweet, we got the Jet Synchron. We're perfectly fine. Jet Synchron, Foolish Burial, Chaos Valkyria. With all these cards that we send about half our deck. So odds are we're going to be able to send a Jet Synchron from our hand to the graveyard. We're just going to go ahead and use the Chaos Space. We're going to send the Chaos. We're going to send the Judgment Dragon. Whoa, I'm still tripping because we don't necessarily need the Judgment Dragon. And we'll add a Dark Monster inside of Black Dragon Calip Serpent from our decks to our hand. We will banish the Chaos Valkyria to special summon the Black Dragon, use Valkyria's effect to send the Archlord Christia from our hand to the graveyard. Now I'm starting to think, as now the Black Dragon and the Gengar token will be used for a link into our Barricade Board Blocker. No effect, but the effect of Black Dragon Calip Serpent will trigger. I'll get a White Dragon Wyver Buster. And now I'll banish the Black Dragon for the White Dragon. I'll use the effect of Chaos Space to place the Black Dragon back to the bottom of my deck. Let me shuffle. Yeah, so I can place these cards to the bottom of my deck and draw a card. Ooh, let me... Forget it, we'll just draw. We'll draw a wolf, it does not matter. I mean, I wish I would have shuffled more now I think about it. From here, we're in good spots. We're in really good spot. We'll use the Curious plus the Wyver Buster for a link into the Griffin. Griffin will discard the Beast. That will set an Imperial Order to our side of the field, but since it's co-linked, we'll draw another card. Next, we'll use the Martial Metal Marcher and the token for a link. We'll link into our Herald. No, actually, yeah, we'll link into our Herald. And then we'll banish the Raiden because we do have an Herald of Arclight in our hand or on our field to special summon the Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron plus Barricade Board Blocker into Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. I'm like sitting here thinking, how does this work? That's 3 tokens, Auroradon, Tribute itself, and a token. That will special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. O-Lion and the tokens. For Borreload Savage. Savage Dragon will use its effect. I'll equip a Auroradon. But here's the cool part. I have a dark monster in the graveyard. Please tell me I have a dark. I do. Sweet. We have quite a few. We'll banish the Chaos Dragon Levianeer and the Arclor Christia to be able to special summon the Chaos Creator. Now we'll use Chaos Creator since it's linked. I'll shuffle the Levianeer back, the Chaos Valk back, and I'll special summon the Arclor Christia to my side of the field. So with this particular hand sequence, we're able to prevent players from special summoning to the side of the field. We can't get Dark Ruler no more. We have Imperial Order. Our opponent can't activate monster effects unless they're linked. That's going to be pretty hard to do since they can't special summon. We can negate spells and traps, so no to evenly match, no to double evenly match, no to double Lightning Storm, no to Lightning Storm period because we have the Imperial Order. This Lightsworn deck is way too strong. I feel it's a really, really fun deck to play.